Hello everybody and welcome to the Indie Digest. Today we're looking at a rather bigger game than I usually look at for this. I normally look at weird little indie games. This time I'm looking at a rather big, maybe indie game. I can't find reference to a publisher, so I think it is an indie game in theory. However, the thing is, this company, Eversim, has created games. I say games, they've created... well, yes, games, I suppose, but for organisations like NATO, like this, they're a serious simulator company, okay? This is not, they don't make stuff for fun. This isn't about fun. Well, it kind of is, at least I find it fun. No, they make serious simulators. So this is theoretically accurate. Theoretically. Obviously, it's hard to be precise, particularly about politics and people, because people are notoriously unpredictable, but I think they've done a reasonable job. Now, I will of course preface this by saying that in the spirit of reviewing it, it has some rather restrictive DRM. It has limited activations, which is a fairly unpopular type, but if you think you can deal with that, then go ahead. Anyway, two main areas of the game. There is the world simulation, and then there is a quiz. I'm not going to do the quiz. I've already done the quiz for the UK. It's got like different... well, let's have a look. It's got different countries' quizzes. Did the UK one, I got 22 out of 30. So, not bad. I consider my knowledge to be reasonably good, so it's still a relatively challenging quiz, though the answer to most of them was the Queen does it. Even though technically she doesn't, but officially she does. So those are always the answers. So yeah, there's a few of those, and then there's challenges and there's levels. I don't know why you level up in this game, but you do. Don't know how, but you do. Anyway, let's go to the meat of the game, the world simulation. So that's the important bit in, did I even say the name of the game? Masters of the World, Geopolitical Simulator 3. I think I did miss that. Okay, new game. There is multiplayer, haven't tried it. I just certainly don't know anybody who has this game, but yeah, well, let's see if anybody should go get this game, shall we? Different simulations, the basic world in 2013, and then all sorts of scenarios where there's different things. Israel, Iran, getting to be a bigger thing. Rice production in, I don't know. Look, this is very, very detailed. Essentially, if I had to sum this game up, it is Democracy 3 thrown, a less accessible Democracy 3 thrown over something like a Supreme Ruler 2020, except set in 2013 instead. Let's see, Venezuela pipelines, re-election campaign, you have to get re-elected in this game, you're not like Supreme Ruler. Famines and the US fiscal cliff, opposition. That's just a thing where I can pick the opposition party. And then there's all these other ones that I don't know, I assume they're harder. Shall we go with the standard world in 2013? That seems reasonable to do. No particular thing that's going to come and try and murder me. You can play any country. You can play Guinea-Bissau or Nepal or Syria. Let's go with the United Kingdom. I know the United Kingdom is good. Incidentally, look at all these stats. Look at all these stats. It's amazing. It's a parliamentary monarchy. It's sort of to the right, but yeah, less so if you compare it to like the US or something. It's London, and there's all these stats. If you like stats, this is the game for you. So, British pounds, naturally, and fixed characters, and hey, you'll see those in a moment. One of which is right here, Gary Cimarron. Yeah. Incidentally, the game, any likeness to real people is purely coincidental. Hold on, can I quickly swap this guy out? Just bear with me one moment. Jack O'Harm. Yeah, purely coincidental, of course. Okay, let's go back to the UK because I'm familiar with the UK. It's also a little easier to get things done. I've had a few test games of this to try and see what happens. United States, it's very hard to do things. very resistant to change over there. Very resistant. As in, I think I tried to legalise gay marriage and the entire country rose up in strikes against me. Didn't go well. So, medium everything, it's probably fine. Let's go. Warning, Geopolitical Simulator is first of all a game. The scenarios and events taking place in it are political fiction. Except all based upon political facts, never mind. Names, photos, symbols displayed in the game are also fictitious. Any resemblance with situations, facts, or people living or dead is purely coincidental. Except for the ones that clearly aren't. Oh, and this game's covered in quotes, I love it. Good politician needs the ability to foretell. Never mind. We'll foretell something. Also, just wait for it.
After giving televised holiday wishes that will not soon be forgotten, the head of state spent Christmas Eve in private with his family. But early this morning, he left in a helicopter to pay a surprise visit to a hospital before meeting duty soldiers in a barracks. The day ended on a major road in the capital, where he accompanied a team of garbage collectors assigned to pick up trash in front of department stores.
As far as I can tell, that is always there. I'm pretty sure even if you play as I know Swaziland, it still plays that same thing. So, this is, in case you were not familiar, the Earth. Yes, yes. Blue is of course us, and then green are, I think, friendly places, red are slightly unfriendly places, so Tehran and Damascus are a little bit, see, I don't know if it's unfriendly, if it's maybe they're in turmoil, I'm not, there's a lot of things I'm not too clear on. Okay, and this is the main thing of the game. People will constantly, and I mean constantly, come to you with various problems. Such as, right now, the temptation of extremism is a bit of an issue.
With your unemployment rate, you can't keep procrastinating with half measures.
Won't do.
I must confess to you that the current level of our budget deficit is not at all reassuring. It weakens our...
Yeah, trust me. If there's one thing this game will do, it is very quickly teach you why all politicians are incredibly angry and jaded, because they constantly get people coming to them and saying stuff. Okay, so this person is the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, and she wants a meeting on the 9th of January. We're right now on the 2nd of January, so let's pencil her in for that. Yeah, and that's basically what you do. You have political meetings, and oh god, there's all these down here. You can tweak a lot of stuff. So, should we do something? Shall we start by doing something that the UK did do, which is legalise gay marriage? Right, that's something we did. This means we do a television appearance. I think that allows for a possibility of a referendum. Shall we not do it by referendum? Let's just vote on it in Parliament. And this is a Wikipedia link. If you want to teach yourself or maybe your kids about various, things happening in the world, good way to do it, because they have to mess around with it, and if they're not certain about stuff, then they can go look up the history of it on Wikipedia. So let's do it this way. Do a television appearance and not do by referendum. So, the proposal will be submitted to a... Oh crap, I've got it the wrong way around. I didn't appear on TV and now the people have to vote. I don't trust the people. You should never trust the people. The people will express themselves in an anonymous vote. The plan has divided the nation. 52.2% are for it though, so it should probably pass, and it's going to take place on the 15th. So that's good. And this is stuff that happens to say whether people are getting happier or less happy. Right now we're getting a lot of benefits for furthering gay rights, so cool. Commandos, sustainable development.
You're a conservative man.
Something about ratings, I don't know. Okay, so let's zoom in a bit. Let's have a look at the countries, shall we? So this is the United Kingdom, capital of course being London. There's Big Ben, there's a train, there's Heathrow and Busan. What? Not familiar with that actually. And Stansted, you can look at the trains going around. I think, I'm not exactly sure why all of those things exist like that, but they do. I'm sure they have some effect, maybe terrorists get at them. I know terrorism's a thing in this game, I haven't seen it yet, but I haven't really played a massive amount.
Health represents a huge budgetary item. You might be tempted to reduce it to lower the public deficit.
Not exactly great speakers. I'm not sure if this is all computer generated speech or if people have actually said this stuff, but that really didn't sound like it should be. This is my wife. I just got back from a weekend in Sweden for Lars and Peter's marriage. You should have been there. It was great. What a sweet couple. Gorgeous ceremony. 150 family members and close friends, and apparently the wife of the British Prime Minister, naturally. Can't believe you haven't legalised yet. I'm working on it. Oh dear. Okay, and other things pop up on the right, like disasters. This is in Australia. They're fine. You know, they're a good country. They don't need help. And then you can look at the newspaper. This is seriously impressive. There's so much stuff in here. Why is it already the 7th of January? Have I got this? I think I've got the speed up a bit too high. So, like, pretty much every day you can actually look through this generated newspaper. And it's not like random. This is all stuff that's happening. So, seeking a second mandate as president of Venezuela, and the United Kingdom is becoming a conformist country. Oh, there we go. Oh god, yeah, and these are all like characters in the game, and yeah. Trust me, I do get what's going on.
The agricultural budget with the European budget. This is the agenda for the next summit.
Yeah, all right. The EU is supremely boring. All they ever talk about is agricultural budgets.
The dangerousness of Iran is neither new nor a surprise. The major risk that Iran poses to global balance should garner only one reaction from us.
Also, all characters are American accents, I should point out. So, Iran is apparently a bit of a danger. Let's go have a look at them. That's this one. So, what have we got here? Iran. Where's the button to... There. Okay. So there's Ahmadinejad, who has 51% support in his country. Bigger population than the UK, apparently. Considerably lower GDP. They are a republic. Let's see, there's a religious, extreme right. A lot bigger than the UK. You know, there's a lot of stats here. They've got no nuclear weapons. That's good. The army is 2.5 times the size of the UK's, though, so that's worth noting. But technologically, they should be quite far behind, and we do have the money to outproduce various things. But either way, we should probably prepare something, shouldn't we? What's this? Sanctuarise the army. Some cite the state's worrying amount of debt to justify military budget cuts. Don't do anything. Okay.
Good morning. I didn't come empty-handed. In fact, I wanted to see you in order to submit this economic contract. As you will see, it is profitable for both our countries.
Okay, so now we have to look over a trade agreement. Trust me. I am a tremendously boring person, which is why I actually find this interesting. If you don't want to spend your time listening to the complaints of the Chancellor and looking over trade agreements, this is not the game for you. This is a simulator. I've tried doing wars in this game. I am terrible at it. I normally press the button that just automates it. Okay, annual sale of beef. Who is... Wait, am I buying it or selling it? I can name the contract. Right, average sale price, average purchase price, volume in tons. Wait, who is buying it? Am I buying it? You know what, I'm gonna... Well, I never did figure out this page. Price of tons, volume of tons. Production already under contract. I think this is me selling it? Selling British beef? Maybe. You know what? It really doesn't say anywhere, does it? Well, it says annual sale of beef, so I think I'm selling them beef. That's fine. That's something I need to do. So, what shall we discuss in the interview? Complain about human rights or order a coffee?
No thanks. My ulcer can't take it.
Great. Well, I don't really want a military alliance with Bangladesh. I don't don't want to sell Scott. Yeah, make an effort in terms of human rights, please.
Our country is confronted with many subversive undercurrents, so you understand why we are forced to apply an appropriate coercive policy. However, your request is reasonable and will not be ignored because, I must admit, it fits into the more lenient program we have been waiting to incorporate for some time.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I just pushed forward human rights in Bangladesh. Well then.
Although
good.
your economy is among the...
Yeah. Okay, let's look into the military. So, all of these different things down here can have different things happening with them. So, military operations. Firstly, I'm going to click this button, which gives the commanders of the army the control. You can manually do the army, but yeah, no. Attack a country. Now, it's worth pointing out that attacking a country is an executive decision, not a... the other one. You know, the one where people have to pick. So, yeah, I can just, like, straight up declare war on Iran. And no one can say no. But that would probably cause issues, so let's not do that just yet. You can also then authorise nuclear weapons, chemical and bacteriological weapons. Never heard it said like that. We can repatriate soldiers that are in another country. So, apparently we have soldiers in Afghanistan. Let's just get them back. Okay, so let's get all 9,539 soldiers back over the next 6 months. Confirm. And there we have it. And that's the thing that's going to happen. Now let's see what that did, shall we?
How do you expect people to spend money with such low purchasing power?
I don't know what that's about.
Your conservative management combined with growth...
I really don't know what the ratings agency is either.
Our health...
Yeah, prevention. Okay, where's the poverty? Where's the one about... Is nobody actually going to complain that I just removed all the troops from Afghanistan? I was going to try and point out that it's not as easy as people... What the hell is that? What's that nuclear sign on the map? Oh, it's Fukushima. Fukushima happened. That's not good. Yeah, let's send some emergency aid. 5 million? That's okay, that's nothing, but you know, it's a token gesture. Oh.
Sometimes I don't know what century you're living in. Marijuana.
Yeah. So some friend wants me to
Our country's...
oh god, decriminalise marijuana. Should we do that? Should we see if anybody complains about that? Because apparently people aren't complaining about the stuff I'm doing so far. What's marijuana under? This is what most of your time will be spent doing, trying to figure out what things come under. Maybe it's family? No. Fear in the city. Yeah. Perhaps it is under population? Oh, no, that's just stats. So yeah, some things like this aren't entirely clear. As under health. Okay, so we can change the retirement age, the minimum retirement pension, and these all affect all the things. You can also move the budgets and construct things, and oh good god above. Law on homosexual rights passed. Hey, okay, that's good. And so everybody's happy, and people have a bit of faith in my leadership. You know, so that's all good. Agricultural industry, good job. Right, okay, now we now want to regulate the consumption of marijuana. So we're going to say it is illegal, and we're going to make this... Should we do a referendum on it? I think Parliament isn't going to go for this. People might, so let's do a referendum. See how that goes down. 65% for. And there we have it. That is why you do referendums, you get stuff done. Sort of, unless you really don't. Again, if I was doing this in America, people do not like change over there, so nothing would happen. But the UK, reasonably happy for things to, you know, change things. Weird flag. Actually, that is a weird flag. Why is that like that? The Isle of Man, is that separate? Sort of separate. Oh, it's a dependency, right, yeah. So like I say, this is definitely a simulation. It models most things quite accurately. Let's go have a look at troops in foreign countries being removed, people seem happy. Let's go have a look at the Falklands. Falkland Islands, they are a dependency of the United Kingdom, population of just 3,000, very, 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 very high GDP. There's a GDP of 21 million. Huh. Okay, I guess a billionaire must have moved there and changed the moved the numbers a bit. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let's leave that alone. Better prevent than pollute. Yeah. I'll look into the environment. Brazil apparently isn't entirely happy with us. Bolivia's a thing. Argentina, we should probably request a meeting. So let's pencil her in for Sunday the 27th. Have a chat. There's newspapers. There's a lot of stuff. What is that? Cold wave. Not entirely sure what that is, but apparently it has killed 130 people. So that's the thing. What's that one? Famine, 2 people dead. Famine, 10 people dead. Oh dear. Random miscellaneous disaster, famines, and there's a lot of stuff going on. But we're still here. We haven't died. Oh god, more things are happening. So as you can see, this is a really, really good simulation. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of things you can tweak, like the marijuana thing that people seem to be going for. We can let's do a referendum on euthanasia. Ooh, 50-50. Interesting. The trouble is, I'm not exactly sure how you go about changing people's minds on things. That's the one thing I haven't quite figured out yet. I'm sure it's in here. But it's a little awkward. I mean, mostly all what I can tell you do is you just sort of go with what the population wants anyway. So that's all a thing, and I suppose there's only one major thing left to really look at, which is war. War does happen. We could declare war on Argentina or on France, but perhaps we should go with the only one that isn't going to annoy absolutely everybody. Let's have a look at what happens if we declare war on Iran.
Fellow esteemed citizens, our current situation is critical. Faced with repeated provocations from this rogue state that is threatening both our country and the international community, I have made a conscious decision to declare war. We regret that diplomacy has failed. It is now...
Inspiring speech. So we have declared war on Iran. Let's see if that actually does anything. Now, what will happen is over the next short while, the various armies and fleets and all such matters will be deployed. You can actually change to the military map mode. Yeah, and so that shows all of the regiments and the things of terrorism apparently just happened. That's interesting. So over here is a commando helicopter going to go target Iran. Oh, no, don't. You need to change things. And we're being bombed. Manchester just got bombed. Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
I have to tell you that I am filled with pride to be the mother of a leader who is so loved by the people.
Oh, God. Now, I have to say, what's quite interesting is I just randomly declared war in Iran without so much as consulting the UN, and people love me. So, you know, I'm thinking that will probably go down quite shortly. Also, it does occur to me I really should have gone and talked to the UN first. Can I provide proof that Iran's a problem? No tangible evidence. Uh-oh. Russia network. Well, essentially what I've done is I've screwed up. And Iran's now saying I have 72 hours to leave. Yes, hasn't gone ideally. Argentina, I love your
I
country.
hope you didn't make me come here to hear.
Okay. Do you want a coffee?
No thanks.
For God's sake. Go away. Well, that solved nothing. Oh my god, more nuclear things are going off. Holy crap, that one took out 48,000. Or 40,007. Chernobyl went up again. Chernobyl went up again. Brilliant. Okay. So this is the current military state of Iran. Our armies and navies do not appear to be anywhere near right now. Who's that? Oh, that's a tank. That's one of our tanks. We made it in. So it is very, very slowly heading towards... Where's it going? It's just crossing Iraq. Well, that's going to die. Let's speed up a bit. Let's fast forward a week. So it's going to calculate a load of stuff. You can. It's quite nifty with this a little bit. You just click the button and it sort of figures out what happens over the next week. Just sort of automates things a little bit, so you can get a bit ahead of certain things. So hopefully in a week's time, the military is going to be in a bit more position to do something. Apparently the conflict has actually started now. And let's see, what do we have here? The French. That's interesting. The French join the war? Conflict between Iran and the United Kingdom. Oh, I'm on TV again. War declared. I already did that.
Fellow esteemed citizens, our current situation is critical. Faced with repeated provocations from this rogue state that is threatening both our country and the international community, I have made a conscious decision to declare war.
On who?
We regret that diplomacy has failed. It is now up to our guns to speak for us, so that we can defend our homeland.
From who? Who do we declare war? We're not supposed to be in another war. Okay, France. Yeah, France joined us. To defend our territory. Oh my god. EU, welcome one and all. We are gathered today to define the budget associated assigned to agriculture. Oh, it's this bloody agricultural thing. I agree to a 33% agricultural budget. I don't know what that means. Someday I'll put some time into this, and you know what? I may even make a series or two about it on the channel. Maybe we'll try and make like a communist America or something really stupid. But for right now, all I can say is that this really is a very good simulation. Everything about it just says simulation. Unfortunately, I really can't tell you terribly much about that without spending the next 100 hours with it. I mean, I'm still, you know, figuring out CK2, and I spent a lot of hours at that. This is ridiculously detailed. There's so many different things. There's all the different organisations. You have to worry about all the political parties, the associations, religions, sects. I'm not familiar with the sects. Not really sure what those are. Key figures. I think you might even be able to assassinate them. Well, not assassinate myself. Who's in charge of Afghanistan? This dude. Is that the real dude? Maybe. Well, it's probably close. Summit meeting. Uniform budget will be third. I did not agree to 38.11%. Honestly, it's terrible. Don't know what that means. I'm sure that's absolutely awful for me, or possibly very good. I'm still not entirely certain. So that's basically how the game goes. War is, I will say, a very, very slow process. You can see very little's happened, though of course the UK military isn't necessarily the most powerful. If I was America, I'm sure things would happen a bit faster. Let's push it forward one more month, see what happens, and just likely to impose sanctions on us. Oh, no sanctions against us. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. Okay, so apparently the UN is now putting it to a vote to have UN military intervention against the UK. Well, that's just great. That is great. Supply lines going across. This is ridiculously detailed. Everything you could ever want is here, and if all you want to do is mess around with the world, trust me, this is the game to do it with. So, that is unfortunately where I have to leave it, because at this precise second I can't actually tell you that much more. It is a ridiculously detailed simulation worthy of... Hey! Oh, of course, they can't actually... Yeah, they can't actually have military intervention against me, because I'm a permanent member of the Security Council and I can veto it. Oh, isn't the UN great? Where the people on the Security Council can do whatever the hell they damn well please, and nobody can stop them. Because they can just stop it. They can just say no. Oh, I love it. Okay. Yep. So that's how this goes. It's ridiculously detailed. It's quite expensive. It's I think £40 or $35 right now. I think it's on sale on Steam, and this is, you know, like I say, this is the same company makes things for like NATO and all sorts of international organisations. They're really good at this sort of thing. So if you want a ridiculously detailed simulation to mess around with and, you know, do little tweaks and maybe try and you know, just sort of privatise the TV if that's what you really want to do, or let's see, establish legislation on arms sales. There's all sorts of things. There's prisoners that cause you issues. You can construct things everywhere. You can, you know, put rails up everywhere. I tried to do that. They take a very long time to do. Then this is the game to do it. This really is, because this is probably the most detailed simulation you are ever likely to find right now regarding absolute modern day political situations. And that's what this is. That is all this is. So, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you next time.